Do something good for yourself. Give your home a new look. At Kazine's Furniture in Evanston, their friendly staff will help you make your home a peaceful and beautiful place to be. Comfortable furniture, appliances, artwork, lighting, and accessories work together to create an enjoyable and inviting atmosphere in your home. Make your living and sleeping space a wonderful place to be with brands like Serta, Ashley, GE, and more. Visit Kazine's Furniture, 941 Front Street, Evanston.
Welcome back here to game number 3 of the day here at Halliwell Field. Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling as we've got a matchup between the Pocatello Razorbacks and the Sugar City Blue Sox here as we take on what will be hopefully another good game. We just saw one between Evanston and Madison, which ended up being a 2-1 ball game. Been pretty good games so far today here on the big field.
Yeah, I was going to say, even on the other side, too, Jerome 2-1 over the Blazers out of Stanberry, as Stanberry beat the Wood River team, or the Wood River Wranglers, 7-4 in that first game. Pretty solid game as well. I mean, it's just been a lot of fun so far today. It's the second day of the tournament. Teams are starting to get comfortable. You've played on the field a couple of times, and, you know, there's always that first aspect of the first time you play on a field, trying to get comfortable on it, and teams are definitely getting comfortable. So we apologize about that as we go to our live cam right now.
All right, we go here with the Razorbacks being on the field. Tyler Adams is the pitcher on the mound for the Razorbacks, as we'll give you the fielding alignments for Pocatello. It's Wild in left field, Bowman in center, and Shepard in right. And the infield at first, Humphrey. Second base is Sorensen. At third base is Poulsen. And the shortstop, incredibly named, Short. The battery today, it's Tyler Adams pitching, and it's Adams catching. And not the Adams, it's Caden Adams. The lineup for the Sugar City Blue Sox. Jackson Hank is the catcher. He'll bat leadoff. Wyatt Telford will bat second and play left field. We have Dylan pitching today and batting third. We'll try and get the full names here as we go more along in this game. Unfortunately, we're just giving first names, which kind of the way sometimes these tournaments go. We'll get it going, though. Trevor is batting fourth as the cleanup slot and batting second base. Dax, number 99, will bat fifth. Cooper, number 33, will bat in the 6 hole. And then Boston, Isaiah, and Carter will bat in 8, 9, and 10. And the Blue Sox will be the visiting team, which means they'll have the bats first here in the top of the first inning. We appreciate our starting lineups brought to you by Heritage Auto of Evanston.
With locations in Evanston, Diamondville, Wyoming, Logan, Utah, Vernal, Utah. Man, I tried to remember. Brigham City, Utah, and Tremont, Utah. Those are the two that I always seem to forget, as that's Heritage Auto. We want to thank them for their sponsorship.
Warm day here. Clouds kind of surfacing more than yesterday, as starting game time temperature is 83 degrees. Not too many clouds, but unlike yesterday, we can see some, whereas yesterday there was not a single one in the sky.
Yeah, I was going to say, yesterday it was just the sun beating down on everyone, and it's just, I don't want to say brutal, because, I mean, we're standing next to a bunch of all black stuff, so the sun's naturally drawn to us, but it was kind of tough. Out on the field, a couple of teams wearing black. I think of the Jerome team yesterday wearing all black in the 1 o'clock game, right in the middle of the dead heat.
Jackson Hank is the batter here in the top of the first inning to lead us off here in what is game number 3 of the day here for day number, what technically is 3. A first pitch check swing. He did not go across, and it is a ball called, so the count goes to 1-0 here on the first pitch. Tyler Adams working quickly, though, from the windup in the 1-0. That's going to catch the outer part of the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. We've seen that outer part of the zone used very heavily throughout pretty much every tournament game up until this point, and that's where pitchers continue to go when they need a strike. 1-1. That's going to be up high for ball number 2. You see the third baseman Poulsen over there. He's in on the grass a little bit farther than the first baseman Humphreys, maybe watching for a potential surprise bunt. Doesn't get it here. Foul ball right back to Aaron. He would have caught it.
I would have caught that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Hank, the catcher who leads us off here. Right-handed hitting with that black wood bat here at the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Classic. Tyler Adams, a long look in and from the windup. delivers a ball up high. It's going to be a full count there with the fastball just missing the top of the zone.
That's a pitch right there to help establish the zone. That seemed like it was a strike in the last game, not this one.
The full count pitch is a cut and a miss. It got kind of offline there with Hank. I think he thought it was a breaking ball, and then it kind of sped past him at the end there. So it's a strikeout for Tyler Adams to start his day as Jackson Hank is set down.
Almost looked like that was a tailing two-seam fastball. It just kind of ran away from the middle part of his bat under his hands.
Yeah, it was weird because he kind of like waited on it and then swung. It's an interesting kind of alignment there. Wyatt Telford will be up, and he fouls this one over to the netting on the left side.
Got in on the hands there. And every time he's swinging a wood bat, it's kind of scary. We actually had our first wood bat saw completely in half in the last matchup here on Halliwell.
There you go. And these things are not exactly the cheapest thing, so you always got to be scared with that. That's lifted into foul territory, third base side. Polson running over there giving chase, but it's going to hop over the wall on a bounce, so no chance for him. 0-2.
Actually ran into the kid that broke the bat. Wasn't his bat.
Oh.
He's borrowing it, yeah. It's like, ooh, buddy.
That's
also,
tough.
brand new to the team, too, so that's a good first impression.
Nice. 0-2 for Tyler Adams. Can he get his second strikeout? Nubbed on the ground towards the second baseman, Sorensen. Has a little bit of a trouble with it and throws it away from the first baseman, Humphreys. Telford, though, will stay put at first as he's content with, call it an E6, or E4, rather.
Yeah, he kind of just got a little sped up after he bobbled it. At second base, you got plenty of time because if you make a firm throw, it doesn't take that ball that long to get to first base. Just kind of rushed it, and now run around first, one down in the inning.
It's the pitcher, number 18, Dylan, will step up. One out in the inning.
Trying to find names for some of these kids.
Yeah, we'll get them here in a little bit. That's going to be a strike called in the outer part of the zone for strike number 1 here on the batter in the 3-hole. There's a direct copy and paste of the pitch before. It's also a strike, 0-2. They're feeling that outside part. Let's see if he goes there once again. Time called here momentarily. And Tyler Adams resets from the stretch here. Pause the throw in the turf. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, still the 1-2. In the turf, a nice block at home plate by Adams. Caden Adams, that is, not Tyler. Tyler Adams here trying to work his second strikeout of the inning, or at least get his second out with a 2-2 count on the batter, Dylan. Cut to miss there, his second strikeout, his second out here on the top of the first comes via the K.
Great job bouncing back. Sometimes when an error happens behind a pitcher, especially when a pitcher's young, they tend to try to overthrow and try to really get that strikeout instead of just relaxing, letting their stuff eat in the zone. He did that right there.
Trevor is up. A pick-off attempt is no good as sliding back in safely is Telford. That pitch will stay up high for ball number 1 here. First pitch to that new batter, Trevor. First of 2 games in a row here for Sugar. They play the Razorbacks here. They'll play Rock Springs right after this game. 1-0 is lifted foul on the first base side out of play. In the first game, Sugar took on Rigby, ended up falling 6-0. So right now for the Blue Sox, they're really looking to try and get in that win column here and hopefully get to that gold tournament bracket here starting tomorrow.
Yeah, bracket's starting to kind of shake out. You can really tell some of the teams that are already in it.
That's going to find the turf. 2 balls and 1 strike. Razorbacks in their first game yesterday won 7-6. This time here, it's going to be lifted out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Tyler Adams trying to escape this first inning unharmed, and he's got a good shot to do so. Check on that runner at first. Adams the pitch. Foul tipped right back into the mitt. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Mr. Tyler Adams. All swinging. Those are the 3 outs. Only man to reach was on an error, so no hits, no runs, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning where the Razorbacks will have the bats here on the 2024 Pocatello Woodback Tournament on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation here on MyLocalRadio.com and on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak-a-peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the first inning. Blue Sox unable to push across any run, as it was the story of Tyler Adams on the top of the first, striking out 3 batters, allowing just 1 runner to reach on an error. And now we head to the bottom of the first inning. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Pocatello Razorbacks as they come in here looking to get another win after winning in their first game yesterday 7-6. Cooper Brown, the center fielder, will be the batter to lead us off here in the bottom of the first inning. He'll be followed by the 2 slot and Jordan Wild at the left field position. The catcher, Caden Adams, will bat third, and in cleanup, it's Jackson Humphreys, who will also take the position of first base. From there, it's Dayton Polson, who will bat in the 5 slot. He plays third base. The shortstop, C.J. Short, will bat in the 7 slot. Brandon Shepard will play in the right field slot. And then Roger Scott, the DH, will bat in the 8 slot. First pitch here to the batter. Brown watches it go outside. 1 ball, no strikes. There is a strike. That's going to be outside as well there. We are here with a 2 balls and 1 strike count to the batter, Cooper Brown. That one doesn't find the zone as well. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. (3-1). Finds the zone. The count will run full. That's outside for ball number 4, a walk to Cooper Brown, as that leads us off here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll have the next batter up, Jordan Wild, the left fielder. He has the bunt looking, and the pick over is not in time, sliding back in safely as Bowman. Dax over at third base, kind of creeping in here on the grass. Looking to bunt here. He pulls back, throw down, not in time, a stolen bag for Cooper Bowman. One ball, no strikes. Jordan Wild, the left fielder, At the plate with now a runner in scoring position of the stolen base by Bowman. And there is a strike from our pitcher, Dylan, today. Dylan on the mound after allowing that one walk. One ball, one strike. And that is going to be up high there for another ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Blue Sox looking to get in the win column. Looks down at the batter. Has the pitch. There is a strike, outer part of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Continue to see that outer part of the zone used to the pitcher's advantage. And that one is off the plate there. Count will run full here. Jordan Wild, seeing if he can have the same fate as Cooper Bowman, who reached for the walk. We'll see here with a full count pitch. He swings through the fastball, unable to make contact. Strikeout number 1 for Dylan and the Blue Sox, as we now have 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning with that runner still at second base. 1 out now in the inning. Caden Adams, the catcher, steps in. And looking for a pickoff attempt, but nobody's standing there at second base as Dylan holds on to it at the pitching mound. One out here, 1 runner on second. The fastball goes to the outer part. This time does not find the zone, though. 1 ball and no strikes to the new batter, Caden Adams, who is the catcher today for the Pocatello Razorbacks, batting in the 3 slot. Wiggle of the bat with the 1 ball and no strike count. A little bit late on the fastball there, upper part of the zone. Count will go to 1-1 with 1 out here. That 1 runner still standing at second base with the potential to give an early lead to the Razorbacks. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Check on the runner at second. The pitch. Just outside there, 2 balls and 1 strike. That's fouled back over the netting. Didn't hit a car, though. Didn't hit a car. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Dylan looks in. He's going to throw back, not in time. Sliding in safely is going to be Cooper Bowman.
Yeah, still in Wallstrom on the mound.
Wallstrom's pitch is fouled off there at the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes remains the count after the foul ball. And he swings through that one. Another strikeout here as the K working early for both sides. 2 strikeouts now for Wallstrom.
That's a good job bouncing back after allowing the leadoff runner on to get the next 2 guys in order.
It's the 4 slot Jackson Humphreys that steps in.
Still not out of the woods yet, though, if you're on the mound for Wallstrom.
First pitch is a foul tip right back into the mask of the catcher and the home plate umpire. They'll take a second each.
Yeah, home plate umpire's going to walk this one out to the pitcher just to give everyone a little bit of a breather. It's never fun. Of course, yesterday we saw in the Wood River game, the catcher had to be removed after getting hit. That was Thompson. Fortunately, he's back and able to play for Wood River today.
Good to see there. Always most important, the health.
I was talking to his dad, one of the coaches. It was more of a precautionary.
I'm sure. You can never be too safe, especially in these type of things. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs with the runner at second base. That runner on second base was there with nobody out. Walked, then stole it. See if they're going to leave him stranded or if they can pull him around. That's a breaking pitch that does not find the zone. Stays outside, and Jackson Humphreys here with the 2 ball, 1 strike count, the lefty.
Yeah, you want to come at him for Wallstrom, but you got to pick a third of the plate and try to command it. You don't want to just groove one down the middle. Technically, the middle is a third of the plate, though.
Yes. There's 3/3. That's up high. 3-1.
That is not one of the thirds you want.
No, that is not a third. He's
Well,
not in the zone.
I was going to say, in fairness, if you throw over the middle third, there's a good chance the batter will be standing on third.
Yeah, that's fair. Dayton Polson stands on deck with a 3-1 count. It'll be Dayton Polson who comes up here as the ball outside to Humphreys. He has a walk. The second walk of the inning worked by the Razorbacks. Now puts runners on first and second base. Dayton Polson, the third baseman, ending the 5 slot here. Looking what he can do here with a runner in scoring position and a runner at first base with 2 outs.
I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. You know, you get the cleanup hitter. You're just kind of trying to pitch. I don't want to say pitch around him, but you're trying to nibble.
Be
you
careful.
Walk him. Yeah, you walk him
Be
to
careful.
an open base. I think it's all right.
Polson here at the plate. That's outside. Goes with the fastball there. Seen him try and hit that outside mark a couple different times. Hit it a good majority, to be honest. He's had 2 strikeouts, but it's also a tough line to find. 1-0. That's outside. Oh, it just collects the zone, actually.
I think that Wallstrom may got away with a balk on that first pitch, as when he went to come set, he stopped in the middle of it. He did it a couple of times, and just let him play on.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Check on the run of the pitch. Breaking pitch. Doesn't find the zone this time.
Hey, did it again there.
It's kind of that little hitch where you're just like almost pausing his movement.
Yeah, but when he did the 1-0 pitch, he didn't do that. So it's one of those things where you got to be careful, because if you're not doing it every time, you might get called for it. He did it again there, so maybe that is part of his motion.
2-1. That's way out there. A nice stab at the plate by Hank. 3-1. A walk here would make the bases loaded and bring up CJ short. Not what Wallstrom wants. He, unfortunately, will have it, though, as a 3rd walk of the inning, this time awarded to Dayton Polson, who works a very good 5-pitch AB, puts himself at first, loads the bases, and CJ short with 2 outs here has the chance to push the Razorbacks ahead early.
Yeah, a huge opportunity here to start the game. As we're over 20 minutes into this one already, this first inning. It's kind of fun about this tournament. Different games, different paces.
First pitch is outside. Yeah, some games you're going to be playing all 7, and it's relatively smooth and easy, and other games you're going to be playing 2 innings.
Yeah, some games,
Feels like
some games you play all 7 in an hour 15.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. Throw home. It's a strike.
What's crazy is both fields, too.
Yeah, that was a quick game on both sides. You don't really, it's sometimes you see one way and one the other way, but it's chopped foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to CJ Storton. For Wallstrom, you got to be thinking you're 1 pitch out of a bases loaded situation.
If you're the catcher behind the plate right now, Farmer, if you're going to call a breaking ball in the dirt, you got to be willing to block it.
1-2 with the bases loaded. Cut and a miss, strike 3, strikeout number 3 as 3 walks in the inning, but none will come to pass as it's Wallstrom who strikes out 3. Following his counterpart, Tyler Adams, we head to the top of the 2nd inning. 0-0 here as you're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of My Local Radio Sports Network.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors, where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Friends don't let friends drink bad coffee. Come visit For Pete's Sake for fresh-made coffee, an amazing menu of home-cooked meals, and great company. Visit For Pete's Sake on the corner of 9th and Main, downtown Evanston.
We'll be back here to Pocatello, Idaho for the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here. We've got an early tie at nothing in the second inning here between the Sugar City Blue Sox and the Pocatello Razorbacks, one of the host teams here. As we'll go to the top of the second inning, it's Tyler Adams who will step up and pitch his second inning of work. Ended up striking out 3 batters in the first inning, did have 1 runner reach on an error, so relatively solid there. Obviously, error not his fault, charge to the second baseman, Sorensen. It's going to be Dax, the leadoff hitter. He bats in the 5 slot. We'll start here in the top of the second inning. Dax at the plate. The first pitch, a strike on the outer part of the zone. No balls, 1 strike. That one doesn't find the zone. Well, actually it does. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a swing and a miss on that one, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dax, the third baseman for the Blue Sox. Tyler Adams looking for his 4th strikeout. Pitch stays up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jace Andrews here with you. Aaron Poling also hanging out with us. He's going to help us hopefully get the last names of the rest of the Blue Sox players, as we've only gotten a couple of them, unfortunately. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Adams. Breaking pitch stays up high. Count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes all the way full. From the windup, the full count pitch to Dax. Strike 3 and a 4th strikeout for Dax as he's recorded 4 outs, all by way of the K. That one a backwards one as Dax goes down looking to start off our second inning. Cooper, the center fielder, now steps into bat here. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. That's going to be lifted into center field, coming on as Bowman and not being able to get us. It's over the head of the shortstop short. The first base hit of the game awarded here to Cooper. Put a runner at first base. 1 gone in the inning. There's a fastball. They're going to throw down the tag, and not in time as the pitch, or rather the throw down, was a little offline. It is a strike, though, so 0-1 is the count. 0-1, a breaking pitch that finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Adams looking for his potential 5th strikeout in this game. Boston Rupert at the plate. 0-2 the count. Check on the runner. Breaking pitch finds the zone and a 5th strikeout for Rupert. Another backwards K on this one. Second out here recorded in the top of the 2nd inning. Now it's Isaiah Gordo, the shortstop. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Throw down to third, and it's going to be bouncing through the legs of the third baseman, Polson. The left fielder, Wild, backing it up, fires it home. It's not in time, though. Cooper Gardner, who reached on a single, goes all the way around, stealing second, stealing third, and then going home on an E2. 2 stolen bags in the inning, and then finally comes around to score there on the E2 there for the catcher, Caden Adams. And we got our first run of the game. One ball, no strikes. Fastball inside, 2-0. Here, Tyler Adams. He struck out every single out thus far. 5 outs recorded, 5 strikeouts. 2-0. That's low. 3 balls and no strikes thus far. The only 2 people to reach have been Wyatt Telford, who reached on an error. He was left stranded there in the first. And then you just saw Cooper Gardner, who reached on a single and then came all the way around to score. 3-0. That doesn't find the zone. And racing with first is Isaiah Gordo. It's a base on balls and the first walk of the day for Tyler Adams. Brings up the left-handed hitting first baseman, Carter Tonks. He'll fly that one straight up. As a pitcher, he can't see it. No one can see it. That's going to bounce, but it's going to go foul. It bounced in fair territory. No one could see that ball whatsoever. It went straight up into the sun. And right now, we have ourselves a 0-1 count. Watches the runner at first. Fires a fastball on the ground. The shortstop short has to range to his right. A one-hop throw is offline. Humphreys has the backup, though, as he gets off the bag to avoid that ball from going any further away and retaining that runner in Isaiah Gordo at second. And Carter Tonks reaches on an infield single, we'll say. I'll give him a single. As that was going to be a really tough play. Don't know if he would have even had the play had it been made cleanly. Kind of tough as he was shading over to second base watching for the steal from Gordo, and so he had to go left then right. And a first pitch here to the leadoff hitter, Jackson Hanks. Jackson in his first AB struck out. He'll bounce that one, a chopper slowly toward third. Polson across the diamond, throw in time. A great play by the Razorbacks third baseman to retire this side. 1 run does come across to score on 1 hit, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning here as you're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's lunchtime, and I'm stuck at the office.
Jackalope. The big game is on. I can't miss it just to pick up groceries.
Jackalope.
Mom, I need supplies for my school project.
Jackalope.
Doing the hopping for your shopping. Jackalope Delivery. 307-679-7174.
Jackalope.
Bottom of the second inning here in Pocatello. One run has come across the score, and it's in favor of the Sugar City Blue Sox, getting it in the top of the second inning. Jace Andrews, Aaron Poling here joining you on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic. And now the Razorbacks, it's their turn to respond. They're going to have 7, 8, 9 batting here, as it's C.J. Stort, Brandon Shepard, and Roger Scott, the shortstop, right fielder, and DH all up.
Yeah, we apologize for some of the the scoreboards not being up to date. Jace was off by himself as I was trying to hunt down some of the last names. In fact, I got them. So
let's go. Everybody give a round of applause to Aaron.
I'll give myself one. Don't worry.
All right, Wallstrom on the mound in his second inning of work. It's the pink bat for C.J. Short, and he takes a strike. It was Boston Sorensen who ended the last inning with a strikeout there, the second baseman.
I enjoy some of the bat designs that they have. I will say that my favorite bat is Jackson Corbett's bat out of Evanston. His metal bat is shaped like a pencil with an eraser at the end.
Nice. There is a ball taken, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Which would still technically mean that when he barrels it up, he still gets a good one on it.
Sure. Breaking pitch is fouled away.
I get it because pencils are made of wood. I'll go home now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's my contribution for the day. See you guys.
Fouled away again, the right side, out of play. Just out of play. Thought I was going to go more. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still remains the count here on C.J. Short. Razorbacks down 1-0 here on the bottom of the second inning. It was a 1 p.m. start time, 37 minutes in now, as this game moving a little bit slower than the last game between Evanston and Madison.
Yeah, tale of 2 games.
1-2. That fouled off again. It's continuing to be that breaking ball we see, but every time it's C.J. Short just getting a piece of wood on it. 1-2. On the ground to the shortstop, Isaiah. A large hop. He jumps to grab it and throws it across the diamond to Carter for the first out.
Yeah, it was Isaiah Gordo, who I just found out was the younger brother of the starting pitcher from Madison in the last game.
Interesting.
Yeah. That ball about hopped over his head. That's a good job staying with it. As you can see, a big smile on his face. Now you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
It's hard to laugh in the middle of the moment when the ball goes from a ground ball.
Yeah,
ground ball to a fly ball real quickly.
All right, I'm ready. Jump! There's a strike on the breaking pitch there to Brandon Shepard, the right fielder. He's taking his first AB of the game as the 8th slot here for the Razorbacks. 0-1 from Wallstrom. Again, a chopper, this time over the head of the pitcher. Goldo cannot get it there as Gordo had it just kind of tip off his glove and allows the runner, Shepard, to reach on an E6.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to fire that one across before he completely got a hold of it. Just a tough play there. I mean, a high chopper over the mound is going to be a tough play anyways, and it's kind of one of those do-or-die plays where you got to go as quickly as possible, and if you can't get to it, it's not that big a deal.
1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1 run did come across in the top half for the Blue Sox, so you're expecting the Razorbacks here to really, really want to try and match that at least.
That's what they decided to do here.
Pitches outside on what wasn't really a pitch out, but effectively kind of ended up being that.
Yeah, it's a really good pitch to throw on when you miss outside. It gives the catcher, especially to a righty, gives them a clear lane to fire.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. That stays high. 2-0.
Yeah, I was going to maybe suggest try to get that runner in motion, possibly try to steal a bag, but 2-0. If you're going to do that, I think you'd be better served trying to hit and run here in the bottom half of the second.
Roger Scott, the batter. He watches a pitch for strike 1. Breaking pitch just finds that outside area.
2-1's probably an even better count to try the hit and run.
Got to expect a hitter's pitch. It's a breaking ball. Skied into right field, moving back on it. It's going to go over the head of Rupert. Unfortunately, having to wait on the runner, Shepard, was Scott. Shepard will go all the way to third, and Scott will move over to second. He was he was past first base, just staring at the number 14 in front of him, thinking, oh boy.
Yeah. Hey, that's heads-up base running, though, to notice that the runner on first had to wait to make sure that ball got over his head, because the way that Rupert kind of attacked it, he threw his glove in the air kind of like he was going to catch it, deked out the runner. So, if you're not going to get to the ball, that's one thing you can do that probably saved your runs by putting his glove up.
Kind of a fake out there. Cooper Brown, the leadoff hitter, back out here after he walked in the first inning. He cuts and misses at a breaking pitch that finds the zone.
Something that Austin Jackson was always really good at, just kind of running with his glove up in the air like he's going to catch it and then watching it bounce in front of him.
Volstrom's pitch is a strike on the fastball, outer part of the zone. He's really lived on that outer edge and just continues to pound it there. And for the Razorbacks, you just got to start kind of throwing your bat out there. 0-2. Breaking pitch, cut on and missed. The fourth strikeout of the day for Wohlstrom.
Yeah, what a time for that punch out. That's continuing to attack that outside part of the zone. Umpires typically at this age, they'll give you a little more on the outside than they do on the inside. So it's something that I think as a pitcher around this age, if you can master the art of hitting that outside corner and then placing a ball off, that's going to really serve you well.
Jordan Wild, the left fielder, watches a pitch go outside. Wild was the first K of the day for Wohlstrom. This time a runner at second and third. 2 outs, though, in the inning now. A base hit could break this tie, or rather, forget breaking the tie, give the Razorbacks a lead as they're down by 1 currently. That pitch, a breaking ball staying up high. The one run that has come across for the Blue Sox came across in the top half of this inning. Now we've got a 2-0 count here on Wild. From the windup, Wohlstrom's pitch is in the turf for ball number 3. And a 3-0 count with the catcher, Cody Smith, standing on deck.
I was going to say, this is your 2-hole hitter, base empty, 3-0 count. You let him swing?
Yes. Doesn't matter. Ball 4 there, as didn't need to swing. A 4-pitch walk worked by Jordan Wild loads the bases up for the second time this game for the Razorbacks. Last time, though, it was Boston Sorensen who went down swinging with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Now they'll have Cody Smith, the catcher, see what he can do here.
Yeah, I agree with you in that situation. Just because the go-ahead run standing on second base, you get a fastball down the middle, you get a hit.
You have the green light. It's a very centralized green light.
Yes.
But that's how it is with 3-0.
That's a skill, though, learning how to swing at a pitch 3-0. Every kid thinks that just because they get a strike, they should swing. But if you get one dotted down in a way, you shouldn't.
Wohlstrom's first pitch to the 3-slot Cody Smith is a breaking pitch that kind of rides outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners at every base for the Razorbacks. Again, outside, 2-0. Trying to find the strike zone here, as currently on a 6-ball streak here after walking Jordan Wild on 4 straight pitches. Got to expect a fastball here for Cody Smith at the plate. No, not a fastball. It's a breaking ball. It doesn't find the zone. Stays up high. It's 3-0.
Now, this is an intriguing one, 3-0. It's a little bit different than last time because now it's 7 straight balls. And if he misses, it's a...
Yeah, this time you don't swing, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
3-0. Yeah, fastball finds the zone. And if he had the green light and he wasn't going to use it there, then I really don't think there was a point 2. Given how many balls have been thrown in a row, you kind of want to force him to throw a strike.
Yeah.
3-1 here. Let's see what happens. Stays outside and a walk in a run as we're tied up at 1 run apiece here.
Yeah, it's just kind of playing the odds. 3-0, not swinging there. So, you could get yourself out, or you could try to force him to have to throw 2 strikes in a row. And after 7 straight, that's a tough task.
That was kind of my thought, and I was about to mention it before the pitch, but given the struggles, I almost say you got to throw 2 strikes in a row before you're going to get me to swing.
Yeah.
We got time here as we're going to have a courtesy runner come in, as it's going to be Derek McCasland. He'll take over for the catcher, Cody Smith, who worked that RBI walk.
The old-fashioned Eric Chavez approach. Don't swing until you get 2 strikes.
Bases loaded still. And a breaking pitch to the 4-slot Jackson Humphreys is a strike. Humphreys' last AB worked a walk. Ended up getting left stranded at second base. That was just an inning ago. He watches another strike outer part of the zone, 0-2. So a good job on Wolstrom to keep finding the zone. A steal of home slide, safe.
Ooh.
Roger Scott with the wheels. Steals another run as time was not called. The throwback to the pitcher slow. And 0-2 here as Roger Scott. Man, it's not Christmas, but if it was, he'd be the Grinch.
Hey, heads up base running right there. Ooh,
and now we got a steal here, and this time, balk. Yeah, they've been playing with him a lot here, trying to really just run when they see that foot. You mentioned that little hitch. They saw it there and ran.
Well, he also started in the windup there, too. So
well, there was nobody on third. I think he may have forgotten that.
Yeah.
Because the bases were loaded. And they're going to keep kind of messing around with them, moving those feet. And that's ripped into right field. It is going to be over the head of the right fielder, Rupert. That's going to score 2 easily. We'll see if Humphreys tries for third. He holds up at second and grabs his hamstring. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
That's not good. 2 runs did come across the score, but Humphreys is the concern now as he had to kind of hold up there at second as about 2/3 of the way towards second around first. He kind of started to let up and grabs the back of his leg.
Hey, credit him for being a warrior getting all the way to second base because he looks like he is not comfortable right now.
Not at all. I think they're going to take him out here. So that'll take out Jackson Humphreys here as he kind of slowly get off the field here.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right, man. You don't want to see a hamstring injury. Those soft tissue injuries are the worst just because they feel like they're ready to go, and then you start going, and they're not.
No. And you can never tell because the only way to truly test is by doing it. It's going to be Coulter Wheatley who will be the runner as of right now at second base. We'll see what they do past that.
Not to bring up bad memories, but Kristaps Porzingis right now in the NBA is kind of an example of that where it's good for 2 days, and then suddenly now you're out again because it's not good.
We're up 3-0. It's okay. It's okay. Benning still alive, and Wheatley's going to take third on the pass ball there. He was thinking about going anyway, and as soon as that ball touched the turf, he was gone. Dayton Polson's the batter at the plate now.
They are getting super aggressive secondary leads.
I mean, yeah, we talked about Humphreys with that double. Guess what? It was Cody Smith's, I guess he was the pinch runner, Derek McCaslin, who was literally halfway to third when that ball was hit. There's a strike. They're really trying to just mess with the pitcher's rhythm as they're just kind of playing chicken over there, running back and forth and moving their feet, bouncing around. Polson with the walk back in the last inning with a 1-1 count here. It's a breaking pitch that stays high.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about what he did there is by the time the ball was getting back to the plate, he was going back towards third. With 2 outs, it doesn't matter as much, but 1 out and you're going on a contact play, you have to be going towards home.
There's a big hack, but it comes up with nothing for Polson, 2-2.
It'll be interesting if they ever get a runner on third with 1 out, see how they play it. Just because if you're doing that contact play, going back towards third, you're kind of putting yourself in a bind.
Polson pops it up into foul territory, right side, out of play. It bounces in. Oh, my gosh.
Did that just hit the top of the...
That bounced off the concrete, off the side of a chair, ricocheted back over the fence.
Did they give that ball back to the pitcher? Because
all right, here you go.
If I'm the hitter, I don't want to try to swing at that ball. That ball is flat somewhere.
And it's also going to move odd if it comes off the hand wire.
Here comes a 75-mile-an-hour knuckleball.
2-2, 2 outs. Outside, count moves full. Polson is the 8th batter of the inning for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, if you're Wallstrom here, you got to come to the zone. You do not want this inning to last any longer than it already has.
3-2. On the ground, first baseman Tonk flipped to the pitcher Wallstrom, and the side is retired, but not before 4 runs come across to score, and the Razorbacks take the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. We head to the top of the third, 4-1 Razorbacks over Sugar City. as you're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Hiking in the summer, hunting in the fall, and sledding in the winter are a vital part of living in Lyman, Wyoming. Visiting the historic Heritage Park with its splash pad and updated playground are a must for summertime activities. Visit the new Frisbee Golf Course and make new memories with your family and friends. The town of Lyman is a quiet, peaceful place with some of the best residents in the state. Stop in today and make some new friends and memories that will last forever.
Dad, I feel like I got something in my eye.
Let me have a look. Natural protective features of the eye, such as eyebrows, eyelids, eyelashes, and tears, are not always enough. I've been helping people for 14 years, removing anything from metal, glass, or plastic from their eyes. I've even removed a bug that flew into my own eye. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect eye protection for playing sports or performing hazardous work to help prevent eye injuries.
Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to schedule your appointment to protect your precious eyesight. Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937.
Welcome back here to Pocatello, Idaho. It's the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic. Jace Andrews, Aaron Poling here as we are here in the top of the third inning. 4-1 your score. Razorbacks taking the lead over the Blue Sox.
Yeah, uber aggressive base running, got a steal of home that last half inning. Little did the base runner know if he just would have waited, he could have probably walked home on the RBI double by the player that was lifted, unfortunately. But if you would have known that, he probably would have probably played the lottery last night and picked those numbers too.
Yeah.
Can't ever tell the future. I do like the aggressiveness as, now that puts in the pitcher's mind of, oh boy, I have to, when I get the ball back, now I still have to be on alert. I can't take a break ever. And then suddenly, now that pitcher's more concerned with base runners than he is the hitter.
We got some fielding changes with Humphreys being taken out of the game here. We'll get to those momentarily.
Yeah, second player lifted already by the Razorbacks.
That's fouled straight back by the new batter here, Wyatt Telford. Wyatt reached on an error his first time up in the first inning. All right, so here's the changes. Polson is going to go from third to first. They'll move from short to third. And then the exchange here, Coulter Wheatley, who was the pinch runner, will play short. Speaking of Wheatley, it's a chopper right to him. 2 hops in the glove. Now has to fire it quickly as he misplayed it momentarily. Still gets the out, and that's tough right there. You're coming off the bench cold, just warming up. You misplay a ball, but you still get the out. Credit there to Coulter Wheatley.
Hey, that's good fortitude right there. It always seems like the ball finds you the moment you step on the field. And, you boot that one, but you're able to, like you said, make the play. That's mental toughness right there. That's a good thing to watch. If you're a young player at home, you want to try to emulate that. If you bobble a ball, don't rush.
First pitch is outside to the new batter, Dylan Wallstrom, the pitcher. Wallstrom struck out his first time up. That was back in the first inning. 1-0 here. Tyler Adams still on the mound for the Razorbacks in the top of the third. Chopper, third baseman short, easily across the diamond in time. You're not going to see a cleaner, smoother play right there. Then you just haul from C.J. Short at third after switching from shortstop there.
Yeah, let's see. What other new positions are there that the ball will try to pick on?
First base. I'm going to go to Polson over there now.
Well, I guess technically Polson's had 2, so I mean.
Technically.
Yeah.
Had to catch 2.
Had to switch gloves into that new first baseman's mitt.
Trevor Budakoffer will be your next batter. He watches a fastball take the inner part. Actually doesn't get the zone, so it'll be 1 ball, no strikes.
You ever play catch with a first baseman's mitt?
I have. It's kind of weird.
It is weird, but I love them, man.
Makes it a lot easier to catch my brother. He freaking throws too hard for me now. 1 ball, 1 strike there. Yeah, at this point, he's just... He'll have to ask my dad, hey, can you take over? Jace can't catch anymore. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's low for 2 balls and 1 strike now. Top of the third here. 4-1 your score. All 5 runs coming in the second inning. Lifted foul right side out of play. That didn't sound good.
Well, that building just saved that white car there a windshield.
2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Adams looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Just staying alive is Budakoffer there as he had to just kind of throw the bat out there late on a breaking ball that he didn't expect to hit the zone.
Yeah, that was an incredible job just getting a piece of that pitch. Whew. He was fooled, but was able to stay alive.
The 2-2 once again. Breaking pitch above the head of Butekoffer.
And went back-to-back breaking balls there, but Butekoffer able to recognize the spin that time. Wasn't as good of a breaking ball as the previous pitch, but when you see it back-to-back times, you can pick it up better.
3-2 with 2 outs. Fastball blooped right side, first baseman Poulsen. Hey, 3 new positions, they all record an out. It's a ground ball to the shortstop, Wheatley, a ground ball to the third baseman Short, and a pop out to the first baseman Poulsen. 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of the third inning, and as you would say, Aaron, baseball. We'll come back here. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Auto, home, life, renters, and business all have one thing in common. They all need insurance. Choosing the right agent is always hard. Choose the agent that takes a professional and individual approach to each client. At Farmers Insurance in Lyman, you will find that agent. Farrell is a down-to-earth person who loves hunting, fishing, and above all, his family. Come in and visit him and his friendly staff for a quote today at 37 Mountain Meadow Street, Suite B in Lyman.
At Y-Hi, we are with you is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Bottom of the third here in the Pocatello Woodbat Classic. Game number 3 here of day number 3. Jace Andrews, Aaron Poling. It's the Razorbacks on top, 4-1.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the You Went to Iron Vision third inning, where our vision is to improve yours. That's You Went to Iron Vision in Evanston. We want to thank them. We also want to thank Evergreen Financial Partners. When planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partner, with offices in Pocatello at 450 East Day Street, Suite 450, and in the new location in Preston at 713 South 4th East Street, Suite 200. You can set your appointment online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. You know what's funny is on that ad read, I have my computer password written on the paper, and like every time I've read that so far, I've wanted to like accidentally just blurt my password out.
So if you want to know what Aaron's password is,
to my laptop,
check us out for later on in the broadcast. He'll probably say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's probably going to be one later where, well, no, because I'm going to be on the other side, so I don't have the paper with the reminder
right,
there. So that's fine if you want to. Yeah, if you do, you can log on and do my graphics for tomorrow, please.
Who wants to do it?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're trying to find the graphic fairy, but apparently it doesn't exist. It's like the Tooth Fairy, except for sports graphics.
Boston Sorensen, the batter. He takes a ball from the pitcher, Wohlstrom. Last inning, the Razorbacks are able to push 4 runs across here. Now on the bottom of the third, let's see what they can do. That's fouled back and over into the trees. Chest lands in between 2 cars.
Ooh.
1 ball, 1 strike. I'm telling you, we're going to look back one of those times. That ball's going to go straight to the windshield.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to happen.
Time called. He doesn't see it. Oh, there you go.
You ever hit a car with a baseball in a game?
I have. It was the roof, though. I didn't hit the windshield.
Yeah, I hit, in Little League, I hit our center fielder, or not with our left fielder. I hit his grandma's windshield.
Oh, jeez. Popped, right side, foul territory. Racing over there is the first baseman, Tonk, but he will not be able to reach it.
That's a pretty good effort there. That's a long run, as he is in about normal depth right field, as he nearly got to that ball. Good effort. Now if you're Malmstrom, give him a quick second to catch his breath, because that was a route.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Boston Sorensen, the second baseman. From the windup. Breaking pitch fouled away.
Yeah, Boston Sorensen, it drove me over from the other side of the field to get here for the Evanston game, so I want a big shout out to him. I appreciate that.
1-2. That's fouled away.
He's having himself quite the at-bat, though.
I was going to say, this is a long AB.
It's now 5 foul balls.
Sorensen, the second baseman today for the Razorbacks. Batting here in the 6th slot, and again, just stays alive.
Hey man, you don't got to get a lot of it. You just got to get a little bit of it, and he got a little bit of that one. But you want to keep grinding away until you get something you can handle.
1 ball, 2 strikes. From the windup, Sorensen. That pitch is taken outside.
It's a good eye. You know, sometimes when you foul off 5 straight like that, you get into swing mode and you just start swinging at everything. Good job by Sorensen staying disciplined.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That's just outside. Sorensen having an amazing at-bat here. He has had 6 foul balls and now has worked the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Wallstrom. Sorensen works the walk. You're not going to see a better at-bat than that this week.
Now the old-fashioned 10-pitch walk. That's a great way to lead off an inning.
Well, he may have driven you over, but he walks today. We go to CJ Short.
Got him.
Got him. CJ grounded out to the shortstop to lead off the last inning. He's now the third baseman, was starting at shortstop.
So what do you think you're talking about out there on the mound?
I think it's just one or less of, hey, listen, you threw a lot of good pitches. They were just fouled off. Keep pounding the zone.
Could possibly be talking about Heritage Auto with locations in Brigham City, Utah, Tremont, Utah, Logan, Utah, Vernal, Utah, Evanston, Wyoming, and Diamondville, Wyoming. We want to thank them for sponsoring our starting lineups.
I think that may be exactly what they're talking about.
It could be. That's why I say could be instead of it is.
CJ Short at the plate. Sorensen the runner at first. He stays put, and at the home plate, it's a strike taken.
Yeah, I got Anthony with that one time. He went on this like long, detailed explanation of what he thought they were talking about. I just setting him up for an ad read.
That's away on the breaking ball slider. Yeah, that would have been funny. I was like, well, blah, 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 blah. I think they're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyways, that's not what they're talking about. Just let you know that.
He tried to set me up for when I told him I wasn't falling for it.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Think I can set Dan up?
Possibly.
I
Probably
don't know.
could.
He may take the headset off if I do that to him. 2-1. Runner at first. He'll slide in safely there on the pickoff attempt. That's Sorensen.
See, that's what I got to do to employees that have less tenure than you at the company you currently work for. Which means you got a minute.
Let us say, all right, that's going to be a year and a half-ish plus.
Well, on average? No, on average it's been about 6 months, so.
Okay.
December.
That's outside, 3-1.
I want to remind you, this is game 3 of 6 today over here on Halliwell Field. They're on game 3 of 5 over at Hawthorne.
2 balls, or rather 3 balls and 1 strike. Sorensen at first, Short at the plate, and from the windup the pitch, or rather from the stretch, it's a ball. Back-to-back walks here to lead off the bottom of the third.
It's been a grind for Wallstrom here in the bottom of the third. You know, that last half inning, obviously the runs, they are impactful to the game, but for a pitcher, that's a long half inning to be out there on the mound. And, you know, for as warm as we say it is up here, out on that field, especially on the mound, with all those rubber turf pellets, it has to be about 10 degrees hotter on his feet.
Oh, it's got hot foot over there. Speaking of hot foot, you ever seen the hot foot prank in the MLB?
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. I was just about to ask you that.
The gum in the matches and light them on fire.
Oh, I was going to say, Justin Verlander used to be a Tiger. He used to be the master of that.
Brendan Shepard, the right fielder at the plate, with runners at first and second base, both reaching on walks. Looking to bunt, gets it down, and that's going to be a good one there. Wallstrom off the mound will throw to first, and it's going to be in time. So a sac bunt for Brandon Shepard moves the runners up 90 feet.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You should get high fives from everyone in that dugout, as that was perfectly done. You know, sometimes a sacrifice bunt's definitely not the sexy play, but when you do it perfectly, you put your team in position, and sometimes it just kind of feels like in baseball, you get rewarded for doing something with intentions.
1 out. Breaking pitch finds the zone here on Roger Scott, the DH. He doubled his first time up.
We talked about last half inning how they would play it at third base with the leadoff with a runner on third, 1 out. They're not retreating back towards the plate as the ball hits the zone.
0-1. That's in the turf.
But what that tells me is a ground ball in the infield. They are coming home.
Roger Scott at the plate, looking to increase this lead for the Razorbacks, already standing at 3 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike from the windup. Wohlstrom finds the zone. Oh, they're going to, nope, yeah, they're okay. That's what I thought. I always hate, like, I just call it strike.
Yeah.
He went up, strike.
Yeah, I got one earlier where the umpire went for his face mask, and he got me.
1-2. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. 2 runners on. Both reached via walk, and the sac bunt from Brandon Shepard moved them over. And it's Boston, or rather Roger Scott, trying to push them home. Breaking ball just above the zone. Count goes full now. 3-2. And a big slot for the 9-hole. Cooper Bowman stands on deck. A full count pitch here to Scott. Strike 3 called. Breaking pitch, inner half, excellent pitch, and there's 2 gone.
That was a great curveball, and that's guts throwing that curveball right there, especially after the last one slipped out of your hand. You didn't really snap it through, stayed high. You're able to break that one off in for a strike, as Wallstrom shows courage there with the breaking pitch.
Bowman at the plate now, trying to hopefully push across some more runs after having those runners at second and third with 1 out. And now with 2 outs here, you're going to need a base hit to push them home. Wohlstrom, an 0-1 pitch from the windup. Just nicked at the plate for Cooper Bowman. He's been seeing those outside pitches called strikes, so he wanted to go for it. Just nicks it.
That was a pretty good breaking ball, too, to the outside part of the plate. And, you know, if you're Bowman, that's not a bad pitch to swing at. If you can drive that the other way, it's about a belt-high curveball.
0-2. Stays high and a little away.
Ooh, I like that. Nice tunneling there after the curveball. You go to the fastball high and away.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. Stays just high there as Bowman, a nice eye.
I'm going to go ahead and guess by Bowman's body language. I think he thought that was strike 3 initially.
Yeah, he kind of paused there momentarily. Like, oh. 2-2. That hit him. Foul ball. They're going to say it hit the knob of the bat.
It's nice of the umpire to pick it up for the pitcher.
I want to help him out. What can he say?
Yeah, they're good guys, too.
3 balls and 2 strikes. I was about to say it's 2 balls. That's what I thought. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And from the windup, Wohlstrom lifted sky high right side. The first baseman moving over. He can't see it. The sun got to him as Carter Tonk unable to record the 3rd out there, and staying alive is Cooper Bowman.
Yeah, that's a really tough play with your back to the infield, trying to go back on the ball, and especially when you can't see it and you turn around and it's just that sun. It's almost impossible to re-pick it up.
2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The pitch from Wohlstrom. Breaking ball stays up high. Now we go full once again. It's our 3rd full count of the inning.
And this has been a heck of an inning from Wohlstrom. It's just grinding out.
Can he get out of it cleanly? Not on that pitch. That was scolded. Just foul, though, and it hits off the dugout.
We've seen a couple times where we've had foul balls go through the railings and into the dugout. Last game in Outlaw got hit with the pitch.
Oh, gosh. Full count pitch once again. And once again, it's fouled off the right side. A little farther this time as it'll take 1 hop near the bullpen.
I hit TK Reese of the Outlaws, a kid I coached, and I think I made him run enough to where he'd be tough enough to take that. Not because he's a bad kid. We just want to build toughness. Just kidding. I didn't make anyone run.
And again, staying alive. That's a rocket.
Not only has it been a lot of full counts, it's been, I think this is going to be the second.
Extensive bats.
Yeah.
This is probably pitch number 10 here. 3-2. And staying alive once again as Bowman puts together another good at-bat. Following suit to Boston Sorensen, who had one to lead off this inning. He walked.
And you know, it's impressive, too, that you can keep repeating and firing strikes the way that Malmstrom has.
3-2. There's ball 4. A good AB worked by Bowman. Will load the bases up for Jordan Wild.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sugar City, they don't, or excuse me, for the Sugar City Sox, they don't have any subs. They are 9 deep today.
Oh, gosh.
9 players out on the field are the ones they're going to ride with.
Jordan Wild, the left fielder, to give us a little bit of talk with his coach. First pitch is away.
It's a good stop behind the plate. Malmstrom's probably just relieved to see someone else in the box.
1-0. Yeah, it's outside as well, 2-0.
They got to come to him now. Don't want to get to 3-0.
Wild, 2 ABs and 2 innings. This is his third one. He's walked and he struck out. 2-0. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes now with 2 outs here and the bases loaded. And we're going to have a mound meeting.
Yeah, he just wants to talk to the pitcher.
Yeah. He didn't even want the infield to come in. He just wants to come out here and just ask him a question, talk to him.
Well, this also gives him a chance to take a deep breath. He's been working his tail off this inning. He worked his tail off last inning as well, and it's just hot out there. Just give your pitcher a breath, time to reset. Razorbacks brought everyone over, so this is going to allow the pitcher a couple extra seconds to take a deep breath.
3 balls, no strikes. Another ball would force in a run.
Talk about being hot for the pitcher, the catcher. Jogging back and forth as well, yeah.
Three 3-0 from the windup here, Woolstrom. He has the bunt out there to try and maybe throw off the pitcher's timing. It's a strike, though, from Woolstrom. Gets the zone back. Now here, see what he does with a 3-1 count. Fouled over the stands here on the right side. And from 3-0 to 3-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Razorbacks looking to increase their already 3-run lead. Runners take off on the pitch. That's lifted high into left field, left center field, dropping fast. It is not going to be caught by the left fielder, Telford. All 3 runs will come across the scores. They were running on the pitch, and it's a bases-clearing single.
How many times you said that in your broadcasting career?
Once today.
Yeah, sounds about right.
On a 3-2 pitch, the runners were moving, obviously, with 2 outs, and because of that and how high that ball was hit, it ended up being just a single, but every run came across the score. Wild has the first base hit of the inning, and it's a really productive one.
Yeah, you could throw in another factor, the slow windup, as the runner on first by the time the ball was being thrown. Yeah.
7-1 your new score. 3 runs come across the score. Still 2 outs in the inning. Pickoff attempt sliding back in safely is Wild. Cody Smith, the catcher, back up for his second plate appearance. Walked his first time up and then stole second before coming around to score.
That's pretty smart there from Malmstrom to throw over because he was standing like he was going to go from the windup and just fired it across.
He's going to go again. It's a very good move.
Yeah, actually, if he gets into that windup, the runner's going to definitely steal second for sure. Maybe get a chance on a ground ball single to get all the way to third.
2 outs. The pitch. Catches the zone there. First pitch strike here to Cody Smith after the back-to-back pickoff attempts.
It also kind of lures the batter to sleep when you pick over a bunch of times during their at-bat.
0-1. And again, a pickoff attempt, sliding back in safely.
Probably about the perfect distance of a lead over there at first. Getting back just in time, but not to the point where it's close enough the umpire can have the opportunity to call you out.
That's outside. They're going to actually call it a strike, excuse me, and thought about a back pick, but sliding back in safely.
That's like the 5th time he's had to slide back into first base.
Got his dirt's worth.
Yet the top of his jersey looks clean.
0-2. 2 outs. Stays up high. Breaking pitch does not find the zone.
And just didn't get on top of that breaking ball, and it's kind of something that starts to happen when you start to fatigue.
1-2. That's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on, 3 runs in the inning, all coming off 1 hit from the runner at first base, Jordan Wild. 2-2. That's laced into left field for a base hit, a 1-hopper grabbed by Telford. Moves up Wild to second, and another single here is this one off the bat of Cody Smith.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be it from Malmstrom.
Yeah, probably going to be a pitching change here as they'll have to move someone around. They're going to get the third baseman, Dax, to come out and be the new pitcher. So we'll take a break here. New pitcher coming on the mound here in the bottom of the third. 7-1 your score. Razorbacks on top of the Sugar City Blue Sox. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic. You're on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's lunchtime, and I'm stuck at the office.
Jackalope. The big game is on. I can't miss it just to pick up groceries.
Jackalope.
Mom, I need supplies for my school project.
Jackalope.
Doing the hopping for your shopping. Jackalope Delivery, 307-679-7174.
Jackalope. Hiking in the summer, hunting in the fall, and sledding in the winter are a vital part of living in Lyman, Wyoming. Visiting the historic Heritage Park with its splash pad and updated playground are a must for summertime activities. Visit the new Frisbee Golf Course and make new memories with your family and friends. The town of Lyman is a quiet, peaceful place with some of the best residents in the state. Stop in today and make some new friends and memories that will last forever.
Dad, I feel like I got something in my eye.
Let me have a look. Natural protective features of the eye, such as eyebrows, eyelids, eyelashes, and tears, are not always enough. I've been helping people for 14 years, removing anything from metal, glass, or plastic from their eyes. I've even removed a bug that flew into my own eye. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect eye protection for playing sports or performing hazardous work to help prevent eye injuries.
Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to schedule your appointment to protect your precious eyesight. Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937.
Welcome back here to Pocatello. We got a new pitcher on the mound as we're going to have the third baseman. He'll come over and be the new pitcher. It's Dax
Crapo. Sorry, should have gave you a warning about that one.
I was like, I don't know if I want to say that before.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Dax Crapo.
I'm probably not spelling it right. I was just kind of giving. I was giving
as
the
long
last
as
name
as long as it's said right, that's fine.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's a way I could have said that. I would not have wanted to say.
No. The way I wrote that, yeah, it would have been an insult.
I was looking at that and thought, I don't want to say that.
I don't want to make an enemy today.
Oh man. All right, it's the new first baseman as Coulter Wheatley, or actually he'll be playing shortstop. He came in to replace the first baseman, Jackson Humphreys.
Yeah, Humphreys drove in, 2-run double, came up limp as he rounded first base. Hopefully he's all right.
He's over there giving high fives, maybe just precautionary at this point. Outside there.
We can hope. But you always respect when a kid's not feeling his best. He's still there for his teammates, still cheering him on. It'd be really easy to pout that you can't play in the game anymore because you're hurt, but got to love that.
Runner goes, a swing and a miss, and off the hands of the catcher, and that's going to allow the runner from first base to move up as well.
So that was interesting. They had the first base runner bluff, and then once he went back to the bag, that's when the second base runner took off for third. He would have had that stolen probably easily, even if it was a throw.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Kind of messing with the pitcher's timing here. And that's on the ground. The shortstop, Gordo. Gloves, fires in time. We get 3 outs in the inning, but also 3 runs in the inning. It's 7-1 your score. Razorbacks increase their lead as we head to the 4th here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, can I go play outside?
Yes, you can, but don't forget your sunglasses. Did you know that sunglasses with UV protection can help lower your risk of eye calluses, early cataracts, and macular degeneration? At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses from companies like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and more. Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to protect your eyes from the sun.
Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937. Uinta Eye and Vision, 789 eyes.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back here to Pocatello, Idaho. We're in the 4th inning now.
Hey,
7-1 the score
outside?
as the Razorbacks put across 3 on the board. Hey, Aaron, how's the back of your head treating? Oh, boy. I wish we had a booth cam. That would have been funny.
Yeah. No, the reason we don't have a booth cam because it would be the camera that's in my laptop and it would just be my under chins the entire time, and nobody needs that.
Fair enough.
Dan asked how many I had, and I'm embarrassed to tell.
Don't need to answer that on there. There's a strike as we flip to the other side here with the Blue Sox coming out for their 4th time. Max Crapo swings at that pitch to make it 0-2. Well, guess what? It was a long time ago, it feels like, but Tyler Adams had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, and they all went to the new positional players. A looper, first base side. What do you know? It's Polson. Another pop out.
Yeah, one of those new positional players.
It'd be kind of wild if every out from now on just goes to the shortstop, the third baseman, or the first baseman.
It would be kind of crazy. But it would also be baseball. I mean,
would you or would you not expect that?
I mean, you wouldn't expect it, and that's why it is what baseball is.
That's going to be off the turf. A good pick there behind home plate, though, by Mr. Cody Smith.
We talked about yesterday. Baseball wouldn't be fun if it was as expected. Ooh, another one nearly shot into the dugout.
Fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, baseball, if all the analytics could let you predict the game, wouldn't be great.
We got a player moving from in front of the railing to behind the railing.
It's like, I'll pop back here. That's a strike? Yeah. That was an interesting look there. There's strike number 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
I think he was trying to punch him out for strike 3.
Yeah, I think he thought it was strike 3 because he went like this. I was like, oh, wait. That's outside 2-2.
One of my favorite blooper moments in baseball is the emphatic strike 2 call.
Strike 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, stays fair. Polson sliding on his feet, and he grabs it for out number 2 there as he'll run to first. And 2 outs, both to Polson.
That's good range over there at first base.
And he had that foot kind of slip on him in the dirt and was just able to remain upright. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning are the Razorbacks behind Tyler Adams. 1-2. There is strike number 1. Taking all the way there was Boston Rupert, the right fielder. He struck out looking his first time up.
Yeah, that first pitch breaking ball right there is why you got that strike called for a fastball as Rupert was moving out of the box.
1-1. He thought about swinging, but wisely leaves it up there.
From the pitcher, just watching those last 3 pitches, if you can paint it on the outside corner, Rupert, his feet are kind of going. He's pulling out of the box. He's already standing away from the plate as is.
Foul tipped in the mitt for strike number 2.
I mean, that pitch on the inner third is almost like it's a pitch on the outer third with how far off the plate he's standing. Moved a bit closer this time.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Adams looks in from the windup. Cut on and missed. It's another strikeout for Adams as that marks number 6 on the day. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Razorbacks retain their 7-1 lead as you're watching a First Bank Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
We welcome you here to the bottom of the 4th inning in game number 3 here at Halliwell in day number 3 of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Tournament. Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling, as here in the 4th we're going to see batters 5, 6, and 7, Dax Dayton Polson, Boston Sorensen, and CJ Short.
If you're Sugar City here, you want to try to get this inning done as quickly as possible, get back to the plate. You trailed by 6. Not insurmountable, but with kind of the way the time's running, you have about a half hour left in this game. Getting 6 is going to take a while in an inning, so you want to try to get there as quickly as possible.
It's the pitch here from Crapo, who is in his 2nd inning of work, as he watches the ball there at the plate for Polson. Polson takes a very large hack at that one, and on the mound, Crapo kind of lost his footing, but he gets the strike.
Yeah, it's always worrisome, especially with these turf mounds. It's, I understand why they have them, but it's a real good slipping hazard for a pitcher.
1-1 does not find the zone. 2-1. Number 99 on the back of Crapo on the mound. In the Blue Jays font, 2-1. There's a strike, outer part.
You caught the very outside of the outside part of the zone. It's a good pitch right there.
2-2. There's strike 3, a great frame by the catcher, Hank, and there is out number 1 and strikeout number 1 of the day for Crapo. This time Polson, who walked in the 1st inning, grounded out, now strikes out here in the 4th.
It's a great job moving east to west across the strike zone. You go outside with a bunch of pitches, and you come back inside and you sneak it by on the fastball in the inside corner.
Boston Sorensen, the second baseman, steps in. He's walked and struck out. Came around to score in the last inning after a walk. He chops this one to the third baseman across the diamond as Woolstrom, and he has the out. The pitcher originally, now the third baseman records out number 2 in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, it's nicely done there by Wallstrom. Just field, fire. Sometimes you worry about after a kid's pitched for a while, you put him in the field, how his throws across the infield are going to be. Wallstrom showing that he's perfectly fine.
2 outs. And from the windup here, it's Crapo. They fouled that one off.
Batter is way out in front of that one.
A 1 lifted into shallow center field. That's going to be a base hit as it drops quickly. And C.J. Short reaches for the second time in 2 innings.
You know, that could be a learning lesson for Crapo on the mound. He threw a breaking ball first pitch, and I understand the ball was hit, right field side, but he was so far out in front of that pitch that he just caught the very outside, or the very inside of the ball just to foul it off. And he come back with a fastball, and he's perfectly on it.
2 outs here with a runner at first base now after the 2-out single from Short brings up Brandon Shepard. He looks to bunt, pulls it back, taking off on the pitch and stealing second easily is Short.
You got a really good jump there. Didn't help that the catcher had to slide to his right to knock the ball down, keep it in front.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Checks on the runner and the pitch. There's a strike, interparked. Shepard today, he is 0 for 1, but he has a sac bunt and he came around to score after reaching on an error. Crapo's 1-1 pitch to Shepard. Just staying alive as the 1-1 pitch is foul away. Nicked it there.
I have Crapo on the mound. Got something slower. Go to that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. There is strike 3. Crapo gets a clean bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th inning. Razorbacks still on top 7-1 as you're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelo's has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelo's also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelo's is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelo's Auto Farm Service.
Welcome back here to the top of the 5th inning now as the Razorbacks take a 7-1 lead into the back half of this game as the Sugar City Blue Sox down by 6 runs now with 9 outs to work with, along with about 25 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, they got to get something going right here, and you want to try to get it going now. Just because you don't know how the rest of this game could play out. You might not get another opportunity if you don't do it now.
Seven to 1 your score. Tyler Adams still on the mound. That's a fastball taken up high at the plate by Isaiah Gordo. Gordo, the shortstop today for the Blue Sox. That one bounces in the turf for ball 2.
Yeah, he overcooked that one, tried to throw that one a little bit too hard. Ended up throwing it about 48 feet.
Two-0. In the turf there, 3-0.
And this is exactly what you want to do if you're Gordo. You work 3-0, get on base, try to start a rally for your team.
Inside for ball number 4, a 4-pitch walk to Isaiah Gordo here in the top of the 5th. A good start for the Blue Sox.
And he does just that.
Second walk of the day for Gordo.
Nicely done. Keep in mind, 7-1, maybe only it's maybe 1 run more than the biggest comeback we've seen.
That's launched into right field. Moving back is Shepard, and glaring into the sun, he makes the catch for out number 1. A good poke, but unfortunately just holds up there for the right fielder, and there is now 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, it's an extra base hit in the regular season, but unfortunately these wood bat tournaments, the ball just doesn't carry as much as you think it would. You can make great contact with it. You still might just fly out to medium depth outfield.
We head back to the top of the order here. Jackson Hanks 0 for 2 on the day. Watches that one stay outside. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Hanks looking to reach for the first time today. Struck out back in the first. Sky high left field, Wild. Moves to his right, makes the catch near the line. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. And the Razorbacks trying to produce what would be a 3rd straight clean inning.
Yeah, their pitching's been pretty good.
It's Tyler Adams who's done really well. I mean, you talk about of the last 9 batters, 8 set down. Of the last 10 batters, 9 set down. I mean, there's pretty good line right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good roll.
1 ball on those strikes. The only one he's had is the walk to Isaiah Gordo over there at first. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. On the ground, fouled on the first base line.
Ooh, can't quite pick it over there as a first base coach.
1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 with 2 outs. A late swing, and it's going to go to the ground. Wheatley through the wickets. It's going to be an E6, and a runner will reach here.
I forgot the very fundamental of start down, come up. And you know, on this field, there's been a lot of high hops so far today. So I can understand why an infielder is going to want to, you know, keep his glove about his knees because the ball is hopped up about that high every time. But when you start to keep that glove up, that's when you're going to get one that's going to roll between your legs.
2 outs. And the first pitch to the new batter on their 2-hole, Wyatt Telford, is a strike. Adams now trying to get out of this inning. Second error charged to the Razorbacks. That's a line shot over the head of the shortstop. Let's see if they send the runner. That's headed toward the gap. They're going to send the runner. He will be safe as the throw goes to third, and the relay is actually missed on the ground there. Wheatley could not grab it. It's a double for Wallstrom and a run scored to make it 7-2.
Yeah, I'd like to see the outfield go to second base on that play, just because it's not going to be a real good chance of throwing the guy out at third. But if you throw it at second, maybe you can try to negate that second runner getting the scoring position, because if you give up a base hit now, don't look, but that makes it a 3-run game.
Trevor Butekoffer is up. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. He's been the third out of the inning twice now, in the first and in the third. Looking to not be an out here and try and, like you said, drop this lead for the Razorbacks to 3 with a base hit. First pitch is a ball outside, though, 1-0. Tyler Adams will go from the windup here as he toes the rubber on the first base side. Cut and a miss there for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2 runners on, 1 run in. And the Blue Sox trying to claw back here at what is now a 7-2 deficit. That breaking ball will not find the zone as the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Butekoffer for the second baseman in the 4 slot here, trying to come up big for his team. And this is popped straight up on the infield. Pitcher right there, Adams, makes that catch. 1 run does come across the score, so they chip into the lead at 7-2 now. And we'll see what the Razorbacks do in the bottom half of this inning, if they can kind of get that run back, or maybe even more. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic. You're on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the MyLocalRadio Sports Network.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
In the past, when you needed a crown, it took multiple appointments and a mouthful of goop to create a mold of your teeth. Those days are gone. Bear River Dental has equipment that gets your crown done in 1 appointment.
So this is the scanner for our same-day crowns, and as you can see, we go through, we scan it, and then we're able to design exactly what your crown's going to look like, and then we send that to the mill, and it's going to cut it out. It's going to look just like it's shown on the screen.
The same-day crown machine builds your new crown for a perfect fit. Same-day crowns are one of the many services offered at Bear River Dental in Evanston. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Today's game is brought to you by Evergreen Financial Partners. When planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partner, with offices in Pocatello and a new location in Preston. You can set your appointment online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. You can find that Pocatello location at 450 East Day Street at Suite number 450. And the new location in Preston is at 713 South 4th East, Suite 200. Once again, you can book an appointment online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net.
A huge thank you to them as they're helping us be able to do all of these games for you. Game 3 of 6 over here on Halliwell Field. Ooh, catcher down in the bullpen almost got smoked as I threw 2 baseballs to him at the same time.
That doesn't usually happen in a game.
No. Nor in a bullpen, to be honest.
Roger Scott is the leadoff hitter. He's the 9 slot. Now he's going to hit right in the back. Our first hit by pitch of this game. Cooper Bowman, the center fielder who today has walked twice, come around to score once, and has a stolen base. One time he did not walk, he struck out. That was in the second. Crapo had a pretty solid top of the 4th, or rather bottom of the 4th, had a 0 put on the board. He has that pitch go a little bit too far outside.
Yeah, and you continue to put 0s on the board. If this inning gets a little overextended, it could be the final one that they play.
Checks on that runner. He goes, and that's laced into right field, dropping fast. It's a fair ball. Bowman will stay at first. Heading to third on the hit and run is Roger Scott. And a great call there as the looper gets over the head of the first baseman, drops in fair territory. And now we have runners on the corners with nobody out.
Yeah, textbook hit and run. You want to go to the right side. Goes to the right side, moves that runner all the way to third. It's a good hustle over there by the first baseman. as if he doesn't get to that ball, that could possibly have been a run, as the right fielder is playing towards the gap.
7-2 your score. Looking to bunt was Wild. He's going to pull back. That ball is behind him, and the runner will move up to second. Well, you don't expect that. You're looking to bunt, and you can't exactly bunt the ball when it's behind you.
Yeah, and I wonder if that was more of just a distraction for the runner to go.
1-0. Big hack on a ball that hit the turf. Wild today, a single, a strikeout, and a walk, has come around to score once, and he has a couple stolen bags.
Pretty productive day. A lot of these Razorbacks have been productive in a 7-2 lead.
Crapo will look in and get the sign from his catcher with runners at second and third. The 1-1. Fouled off down the first base, or rather third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the number 2 slot. Jordan Wild, the left fielder today.
Yeah, if you have a slower breaking ball, I would go to it or try that breaking ball on the outside part of the plate.
That's hit high in the air left field. It's going to go foul.
Yeah, because it looked like, well, Crapo just sped the bat up right there with a fastball. Kind of perfectly, I don't want to say perfectly, see how he hit it foul, but the curveball he was so far out in front of when you throw a fastball that you nearly just time it up for the hitter.
One ball, 2 strikes, 7-2 the score. In the air, shallow right field, moving back as a second baseman, Beautiful, and colliding is Rupert and Beautiful, the right fielder and second baseman, obviously having to stay put because of the ball in the air. Everybody will move up 90 feet, including the batter. He'll get a single off that one, and a run will come across to score in Roger Scott.
Yeah, it's a tough play right there. You're trying to fight off the sun, and you don't really know where your right fielder is, especially when your right fielder is as big as Rupert as a second baseman. You kind of go out there tentatively, and it falls in.
8-2 now the score with the Razorbacks on top. A runner at first, a runner at third. They get that run back they give up in the top half, and now he's going to throw over. Thought about it as Smartly kind of holds on to it, because if he throws over, you're kind of risking that runner on third and Bowman to go home. So Jordan Wild gets second. That's in the turf. 1-0.
It's a good stop behind the plate. Still working hard. It's Farmer. It's a warm day here. Got to imagine with all those turf pellets around home plate, it's about 10 degrees hotter down there.
1-0. Laced into left center field. It drops for a base hit. Both runs are going to come across as the relay is off the glove of the shortstop. 2 runs come across. It's a 10-2 lead for the Razorbacks as a base hit from Cody Smith breaks this game open even more.
Yeah, it's become important as this runner, the hitter at the plate, is officially the game-ending run, as it'd be a run rule if he was able to score.
Nobody out in the inning. Coulter Wheatley, who came on here to replace the injured Jackson Humphreys. He is now the shortstop. Runner takes off. It's a pitch out. The throw down. It's sliding in safely, and now he will think about going to third, but because of the good backup from the center fielder, Cooper, he'll stay put.
Yeah, that's good hustle. 10-2 game, still hustling out there to back everything up. You love to see that.
Like you mentioned, the runner at the plate is the game-winning run. Crapo trying to make sure that he does not come across to score and continue this game. Looks the runner at second. Now the 1-0. That's in the turf, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 10-2 the score. In the bottom of the 5th, a 10-run rule is in place at the 5th inning, so could see that happen.
Apologize, that's Jackson Hanks behind the plate, not Farmer. Jackson Farmer's not here for the Sugar City team.
Check on the runner. Now in the air, left field, came in originally, now goes back and makes the catch.
The route efficiency stat might not be great on that one, but still
you got
made
the
the play.
In the book, it's an out, though.
Yeah, he came in, for all the young fans listening at home, on a fly ball. Coming in is usually, if you come in your first step, that is usually going to lead to trouble
Not great things, yeah. Dayton Polson, the first baseman, comes up. He walked in the first, grounded out in the second, and then struck out back in the last inning. He is effectively the winning run now once again as got a runner at second base. And he hits that on the ground through the shortstop third base hole, and the throw comes to third, where standing in there safely is going to be Cody Smith.
Yeah, he hit the ball really hard there. Too hard to get himself an RBI. It's kind of one of those things where you're rewarded with the hit, but you're not rewarded with the RBI, doing your job, getting a base hit with the runner in scoring position. You just hit it too hard.
Expect to see him maybe taking off over there at first, given he is the winning run. And for the Razorbacks, you know, I'm trying to end this game a little early for yourselves.
Yeah, save yourself some pitches.
And now they're going to throw to second. That's going to be a little high. Sliding in safely is Dayton Polson. And Boston Sorensen struck out, walked, and grounded out. A base hit could potentially send us home packing for game number 3. Grapo throws this one outside. A good block by Hank behind the plate.
Yeah, still continuing. He's had a couple real long innings behind that plate. Even the first inning, although no runs came across, that was still an incredibly long inning behind the plate.
Yeah, bases got loaded, but there was 3 strikeouts. That's outside, 2-0. We're going to have a talk on the mound here as a 2-0 count. Currently sits with Boston Sorensen. Has walked once thus far today. Game time winding down either way. It's 2:52.
Yep.
Game started right about 1 o'clock and a 2-hour time limit here, so either way, you're probably watching the last inning. It just depends. Well, I guess he could start the next inning. On the ground, foul and a dodge by the coach over there at the third base box. 2-1. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, for the Razorbacks, you're thinking there's 2 things. Either get to the time limit or get that run in from second. Grapo, the 2-1. Fouled off right side. Out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And new baseballs coming in from the Blue Jays. Excuse me, not the Blue Jays. They have the Blue Jays falling. It's the Blue Sox.
Yeah,
2-2.
It's fitting that they chose to be more Blue Jay than Sox, because who wants to be the White Sox?
Outside, 3-2. Had this conversation with Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
When you hear Sox, what do you think?
Oh,
the Sox won last night. Full count pitch. Cut and missed into the dirt. They're going to have to complete the putout as the throw to first is in time.
Well, to answer your question, I'm an American League Central kind of guy just because of the team that I watch, so I always think of White Sox. But
you're wrong.
Well, I mean, that's just because I worry more about in division than I do Red Sox, even though they are kind of similar in record.
Yeah, true. 2 outs now. If you're the Blue Sox, you got to try and get this out in the next couple minutes, or just get out of this inning. Try and give yourself a chance in the top of the 6th. On the ground, up the middle for a base hit. The game-winning run will be sent home. He will slide in safely, and it's effectively a walk-off single for C.J. Short as it goes right up the middle and enacts the 10-run rule. 12-2, your final score. Razorbacks get the win over the Sugar City Blue Sox. We'll be right back with a quick post-game show here on MyLocalRadio.com as you've been watching a 2024 presentation of the Pocatello Woodbat Classic here, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
What is Uinta BOCES #1? It's your community college to pursue your degree or certificate. It's high school equivalency. It's CPR and other workforce training. It's cooking and computer classes. It's 3D printers, vinyl cutters, and other free tools. We're many different things to many different people, meeting the education needs of the place we call home. So what is UNT BOCES number 1? That's for you to decide. Come see us today and let us help you make your educational dreams come true.
The tires you drive on matter. Tire quality and condition affect overall safety and how your vehicle performs. Having the right air pressure in your tires even affects gas mileage. Don't trust your tires to just anybody. Choose Freeway Tire to handle all your vehicle maintenance, including regular tire checks and rotation. When it comes to your vehicle, choose the team that really knows tires. Freeway Tire in Evanston. Stop in today.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Life is made up of moments. We care about those moments as much as you do. We are Modern Woodmen, a fraternal financial services organization, member-owned, not stockholder-run. Since 1883, we've supported families, strengthened communities, and helped people reach their financial goals. From protection to saving to retirement planning, let us help you plan for those special moments in your life.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. Aaron Poling, Jace Andrews here to bring you through the postgame show as it is time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast meets fresh every single day. Get your gourmet sub at Jimmy John's today as the Razorbacks take care of Sugar City, 12-2 on the Modern Woodmen of America scoreboard. They scored 3 in the second, 4 in the third. Then they put across the 5 runs they needed to end the game in the bottom half of the fifth, as that is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, 113 Front Street in Evanston. When we come back, we're going to go right to the Dr. McKay Francom Precision Play of the Game, and for that we turn it over to Jace Andrews.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious here. You want to go out swinging, and that's exactly what the Razorbacks did. So I'm going to give it to the single from C.J. Short. He had 2 hits on the day along with a stolen base. The last hit, though, the important one, is with 2 outs in the fifth, he didn't want to have to waste pitches in the sixth. He concludes the game with a single up the middle to effectively induce that 10-run rule.
Yeah, it's especially important when you're when you have pitch counts the way they do, and you really need to try to save as many arms for tomorrow and Saturday, as I'm sure the Razorbacks have plans to keep on playing. As we're going to go to our Pepsi Player of the Game, brought to you by Western Wyoming Beverages. Everything is better with Pepsi. Jace Andrews, who is better today?
It was Cody Smith. He came on in the second inning after having to replace the catcher who struck out in the first. That was Caden Adams. He walked, he singled twice, and he stole 3 bags and scored once. Yeah, he didn't get out the entire time he was on the field. So that's a really good job, especially coming off the bench. And a catcher slot that's not easy to just come in and start playing in. So quality contact for him, and also not too much trouble behind the plate.
Yeah, I thought he called a good game behind the plate, too, as we have another game coming for you at 3:30. That's going to be game 4 of 6 over here at Halliwell, as we will have Sugar City taking on Rock Springs, as we will have that game for you at 3:30 p.m. As until then, have a great day. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.